Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you this special bulletin. Tragedy has befallen the gaming industry. I don't know how we shall ever recover from this, but let's just get on with it. Rip the band-aid off. Alyssa Mercante has left the building. Anyway, moving on. In a video, in an article that I can only describe as duh, no offense, Smash. Over here on Smash JT, Whistleblower LGBTQ plus women activists are completely ruining the video game industry. Yeah. I'm not sure exactly what we were expecting, but yes. Activists in general, regardless of their gender or sexual proclivities, have a tendency to ruin any and all bits of entertainment, but let's see what Smash has to say. Are white liberal women ruining everything in video games? Well, most, can we be hyperbolic? No. Activists ruin everything. According to yet another insider, it sure does feel like it. Gonna definitely agree with you on this one. Apparently, Smash is becoming a better journalist than some of the mainstream. People are reaching out to him for behind the scenes. Now, of course, I will say this, like I say with all this stuff, we must take this with a grain of salt. However, I do believe what Smash has to say here because, again, as content creators and as Smash, as all of us around here making videos and talking about these things and talking about anonymous sources, whistleblowers coming to, well, I would say us, but nobody's coming to me with anything. We only have our integrity to run on. That is our currency. If you're lying about it, people will find out. I do not believe Smash JT is lying on this one, so we're going to keep on going. In a recent video Smash made exposing the internal dynamics of BioWare, which I will link in the description down below, he highlighted the insights of from a whistleblower who revealed some seriously concerning trends within the studio. I did check out that video, and my goodness, it was, what was it he said? Toxic positivity, the fact that they're doubling and tripling down on the particular ideology. It has to come first. Again, link for that video in the description. Smash received the comment from an individual claiming to be a long-time and current game industry professional with nearly 2 decades of experience who corroborated much of what his original source disclosed, and worse, going on throughout the entire AAA sphere. I mean, are we really surprised about this? It's very easy to believe based on the product that we're getting out time and time again. It is filled to the brim with nonsense. And that's the best way, that's the most charitable way I could put it. Dragon Age, the Veilguard, is filled with nonsense. Combat mechanics suffer. The story itself suffers. Sure, the environment is beautiful, but that's about the only compliment I'm willing to give the game. You can manipulate, you can maneuver around the character creator to make yourself an attractive avatar, but it's also, well, there's nothing really wrong with making it easy to make an obnoxiously disgusting looking character. And a lot of people are doing that to troll the community, which is, you do what you do. But the additions to the character creator, while removing particular options that a lot of players like, both male and female, is a bit obnoxious and definitely a minus. The writing of the game, I don't know what to tell you. Well, join me on my live stream and you'll hear all about it as I laugh hysterically. But this is what we're getting. This is the product that we're getting. And the people running it behind the scenes, whether they're male, female, they, them, he, she, it, them, whatever, activists. The activists at these studios, I do believe 100%, are completely ruining the gaming industry. Or, I'm sorry, the AAA mainstream gaming industry. Because there are quite a few independents out there that still have passion for what they're creating and still actually respect the player. Go figure. Let's see. Although stated in the original video, I can confirm and personally assure everyone that the initial whistleblower I spoke to, these are Smash's words, not mine. I spoke with a BioWare employee, but this commenter's identity in particular has not been verified. Okay. See, real quick, as an aside, I don't know, I'll go off on tangents, but this is actually relevant. Smash is being very upfront. In his original video with the BioWare employee, he was able to go through the process of vetting the employee in his way to take their word for it. However, what it looks like here, he was not able to vet them. So how do we, I guess we take this article with more of a grain of salt than before, but being upfront right here and there is more journalistic integrity than from any of the mainstream so-called video game journalist websites. That said, their comment resonates so strongly with industry patterns I've discussed, I'm sharing it here as a credible, though unconfirmed perspective. So here what we got here. Let's check this out. Benjamin Hunter, G8H. I created a new account on YouTube to remain anonymous since my username handle is known by many colleagues of mine. But yes, what is said is indeed valid and same in other studios I worked for, including the one I currently work for. All leadership roles are just passed down to members of the alphabet community in general, women more specifically. And if you happen to be a straight white male now in the industry, you end up getting shafted on the side no matter how many years of experience and projects you delivered during your career with most field possessions. I'm going to break off there because this is something that we've heard across all entertainment. Whether it's TV show, movies, script writing, writers, and whatnot, we're hearing this sort of talk across the board from multiple sources, multiple channels, multiple content creators who know people. And there's no denying, because time and time again, they talk about, we have a source. This person told me this, and it ends up being true. After a while, you just have to figure out if one thing they're talking about is true, it leads credence to the rest of the things that they hear and that they talk about. And over again, white males get passed by. Now, you make your own decision on how good or bad that is for yourself. I am simply stating information. The last two projects, back to the quote. Last two projects I've worked on at the studio I currently work, there are openings for a lead position with my field of profession. Even though I have 18 years of experience, started working back in 2006, I was pushed aside in favor of two, quote, non-binary and, quote, woke type women who only had 1 to 2 years of experience in the whole industry. Well, that's trash. I mean, for fuck's sake, my years of seniority within the studio itself were higher than their combined years of experience. There's nothing more insulting when you were already filling the role in the first place as an acting lead, since there weren't any assigned to the project you work on. And when they decide to make things official on paper, they don't even promote the person who was already doing the damn role. Unfortunately, there are a lot of companies that do that for whatever reason, whether it is nepotism, whether they want to bring in family, whether they want to bring in friends, whether they want to promote a particular ideology. That is unfortunately something that happens. Is it right? Of course not. We need to bring back the meritocracy. And for lack of a better term, maybe it's time to punish these studios for doing things like this. Stop spending your money with these studios. Stop buying the games. Walk away and go find the independents. Go find the better studios who promote from within, at least if you can find that out. But specifically, promote the studios, support the studios and the developers that, I don't know, respect your time, respect you as a customer. We should definitely start doing more of that. Continuing. But you know what is more annoying is when upper management knows you are a more fit candidate for the role and they tell you to mentor. Oh boy, I've heard this before. And mentor and help those newly promoted leads so they can gain the experience they need to fill the role. Like, for fuck's sakes, what a way to slap someone in the face. After working for 10 years in the studio I currently work, it is obvious the studio is shifting to focus on trying to push the alphabet-friendly work environment image to the general public by promoting more alphabet members. Oh boy. Take this one as you will. A rumor with a heavy dose of legitimacy? I think we can do that because it is believable. Don't you think? We've seen it time and time again, just based on the finished product. I would believe that someone with 1 to 2 years experience worked on Dragon Age the Veilguard, even though it's been in development for 10 years. The writing is abysmal, the coding is abysmal, the quests are boring, the combat is boring. I definitely believe something like that was worked on by someone with 1 to 2 years experience. Bring back a meritocracy. Shifting leadership criteria, diversity prioritization, because heaven forbid you prioritize story and characters. Let's get those boxes checked. Quote, all leadership roles are just being passed down to members of the LGBTQ in general. So Smash says this point speaks volumes about the evolving culture within BioWare and far beyond, to other studios where leadership roles have been increasingly tied to diversity initiatives rather than merit or experience. And boy, oh boy, again, I've said it, it's becoming glaringly obvious. Because anyone who's been in the industry for 10 years, I can't imagine, I mean, you get some experience, you get some knowledge, maybe you figure out what's fun and what's not. But that's not what we're getting from the mainstream gaming industry. According to the commentator, there's an established trend of promoting LGBTQ individuals. Oh, you forgot the plus. Hold on, Smash. You forgot the plus, you bigot. Individuals, specifically women, hi Smash, to key positions. I know you watch. Thank you. For no other purpose other than checking a box. I derailed myself. Okay, let's try this again. According to the commentator, there's an established trend of promoting LGBTQ individuals, specifically women, to key positions for no other purpose other than checking a box and placing their like-minded individuals at the top. Promoting diversity for the sheer sake of diversity is inherently negative. Well, yes, it's negative, it's destructive, it's damaging to the industry, it's damaging to the product because, well, they don't know what they're doing and they're only interested in promoting their own personal beliefs, probably with the goal of a self-insert. Promoting diversity for the sheer sake of diversity is inherently negative. I read that already. Prioritizing optics over experience always ends in a bad result. This shift, as they describe it, leaves quality, we need quality back, leaves quality employees sidelined regardless of their contributions and career longevity. How can you take someone with 18 years of experience in the industry, 10 years at one company, and just push them aside because my diversity, my equity, and inclusion? We need more merit across the board in entertainment. Or we just let these companies continue to dig their hole, continue to dynamite the bottom of the hole because they've already hit rock bottom. Hand them some dynamite, or, they'll purchase the dynamite and ship it off to the hole themselves because that's, you can see that happening. They're doubling down, they're tripling down on checkbox diversity nonsense, and the product that's coming out is so inorganic, nonsensical trash that this right here is irrelevant. This, the activist part, is what's happening. Male, female, non-binary, whatever. These are all irrelevant tags. The number one issue is there's too many activists in the entertainment industry trying to push their own ideological nonsense, their own agenda, instead of working towards actually entertaining the target demographic. Until we can get away from all of this, and don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's plenty of LGBTQ plus women out there with some experience, with some merit, with actual passion of love and care to put into an entertaining product. Let them get the job. I'm sure across the indie scene, they're doing wonders. The issue comes when you have nothing but activists in your studios, in your writing rooms, as your showrunners. Ultimately, the activist part is what's making the industry suffer. But let them burn to the ground. We'll go find indies, and we have a massive library of games to play until everything just kind of levels itself out. Because eventually, the activists will write themselves out of the industry because nothing they work on will sell. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Leave a like, leave a dislike, all those nifty little things that YouTubers beg you to do. And I hope to see you on the next one.